As Taylor runs in and bowls to Rees, who chops it away, and that'll be 4. Down to deep third. He played it late.
Ajit Singh Dale from the pavilion end bowls a short delivery that's cracked away very much in front of square by David Lloyd for 4 runs.
Here comes Taylor in bowls, cut away, 4 runs between backward point and cover, and it speeds away. Taylor is in bowls and guided away wide of the cordon, and that will be another boundary. A pursuit in vain.
As Rees waits, and this next delivery from Singdale is guided into the floor. The gully and third slip both dive towards each other. Neither of them get hold of the ball, and it races away down to third man for 4 runs.
Here comes Taylor. He bowls short, picked up leg side, and for 6. As it clears, Webster in and bowls cut away and through the gap between point and cover, and another boundary. Webster in and bowls as Lloyd pulls this one away, and that is going to smash off a car just off the bonnet rather than the windscreen.
Around the wicket comes Singdale. That's lifted into the leg side. It's going to go in between the 2 fielders out on the boundary at long leg and at mid wicket for 4 runs.
Webster bowls and driving in the air. He's caught at cover. Maybe just stopping on him a little bit there. Rees threw the shot early. A result probably so that one of them doesn't pick up a huge number of points. Webster bowling to Lloyd, who drives into the ground, and it bounds past Ben Charlesworth at cover. He's staring. Webster bowls, edged, taken at second slip. Webster's got his second, and Bancroft it is. That digital clock.
Delanga bowls driven by Brooke Guest. He's going to get 4. He didn't really mean it to go down to wide third man.
Yes, 500s against Gloucestershire in his career. As driving in the air is Guest, and again he didn't really know exactly where that was going. It has sped away in the end for 4.
A custard slice. In comes Marchant. Delanga, that's off the edge of Wayne Madsen's bat, and he's been caught by Bracey behind the stumps. He actually rolled down the face of the bat. Delanga bowling to the new batsman Matt Lamb, who drives the first delivery for 4 runs. It was very full, and he was basically jamming the bat down on it. Darren might be listening, as this one is, that's guided off an edge down to third man for 4 runs by Matt Lamb. 1 first-class century.
3. Wide ball from Webster, and that was asking for the treatment, having not been interested whatsoever. Taylor in, bowls driving through cover point, and that will go to the boundary. Yet reached the 100 mark other than Derbyshire. Full delivery, and Lamb has stroked that one away through the covers majestically. But they're doing it for this one as well. Taylor bowls. This is cut away for 4 more. Enough width that the hands could be freed, and Lamb picks up another boundary.
The over, and he's edged and dropped. Guest has been dropped at first slip. The ball's actually raced away down for 4 runs. That's how quickly it was going.
Gloucestershire only have themselves to blame that they haven't had a better morning that they've already had, and that's going to be 4 more runs as it's played softly down wide of second slip to Lamb, who's cutting away, beats backward point. I'm not sure anybody's going to catch that. Hammond is probably the best bet of anybody, but even he can't get there. Beats the inner ring and goes for 4 more. As Webster is in, bowls cut away through deep point. Hammond is not going to get there, I don't think. No, sprawling effort, but the ball just beat him for pace, so it's another boundary and 130 for 3. Webster in, bowls edged along the floor wide of second slip. That'll be another boundary, and again it's a furious pursuit in vain from Hammond round from deep backward point.
I guess it wasn't unexpected for us as Delanga comes in again, back of a length, pushed by Lamb. That's a lovely back foot punch through point. It's heading towards the boundary. Middleton can't quite pull it back in, and it does go over the rope. So Delanga's in again, just turn on the pads to Lamb, who works that way through square leg, and that will go to the boundary again.
Delanga bowls. That one is driven for 4 by Brooke Guest. That's a glorious shot. It's about as well as he's timed a shot in his entire innings so far. He's been out there for 79 deliveries now, and he hasn't looked massively fluent.
Middleton.
You say that.
Again to Lamb. Oh, and he's off the back foot. He's tried to pull that. He didn't quite get all of it, but he will get 4 runs still. A couple of bounces over the rope, over just a wide mid-on.
Around the wicket, balls to Lamb, who carves this really off an outside edge down to wide third man for 4.
got that off about off stumping almost.
Yes.
Taylor moves in, he bowls, driving in controlled fashion. That's a beautiful bit of time. It'll go for 4 as well, with Van Buren in hot pursuit from mid-off, but there's little chance to catch it in bowls, in swinger, but it starts too straight and it's flicked away down to long leg. Diving effort from Middleton. It's not the prettiest, but it's successful, and they'll take 2 more. 192 for 3, as that is a half century for Brooke Guest. Lost the other opener quickly as well, and then Madsen, but it was Guest holding all together. That's edged this time by Guest, but he'll get 4 more for it. There's only 1 slip in place. It fell short of where a second slip would have been. Singdale bowls, cutting hard through backward point. Nobody's stopping that.
It's a great shot.
It is. Last ball of the over. Middleton bowls a little bit short, and he's swivelled on that, has Lamb, and sent it backward of square for 4 more. Is in bowl short. He's got on top of that. Work to do for Singdale round there. Oh, he sort of slid into it in the end. It had too much pace, and he tried to put his body on the line there, did Singdale. The really disappointing thing is all down the pitch, smacking it over long off. Just 1 bounce in front of what is not a long straight boundary. In goes Webster. Bowls cutting away, and that'll be 4 runs. Late cut from Brooke Guest, using the pace of the ball. That would have been a screamer if that had been taken. Full delivery driven. Lamb has squeezed it through the offside, and he's going to get 4 runs for this as he moves on to 95. That is the end of the over. Here comes Webster bowling short to Guest. He pulls it away into the gap between long leg and deep backward square, and that is another boundary. 247 for 3.
I think I can say that anyway. I'm not sure. Next delivery is driven by Brooke Guest for 4 runs out to the extra cover boundary. Beautiful shot by Brooke Guest. The next delivery is driven by Lamb, and there it is. A century for Matt Lamb as he drives the ball out to the cover boundary. Terrific effort, and he looks quite emotional out there. He's going to remove his hat. Big breaths, big sigh of relief, and now he raises his bat. This will mean a lot to Matt Lamb. His first century as a Derbyshire player. 4 centuries in first-class cricket.
Edging is Lamb to his first ball, having reached the 100 and getting 4 runs as it's wide of slip. Still lying on the turf. I thought for a moment he was going to have a sort of little dab at it, but he didn't. Last ball before tea, Van Buren to Lamb, and that's stroked out through the covers for a single. And safe to say that has been Derbyshire's session.
Maybe to point that out and stop me from looking even more ridiculous as Lamb drives gloriously for 4. That is beautiful. It flashed past Charlesworth at cover. Come on.
Van Buren bowling to Lamb, who has leathered that over the sight screen for 6.
And then comes DeLange again and bowls to him, and he's driven it, and he's been caught at slip, and he has gone. I said he'd been starting to get a bit antsy. They just put the second slip in place. Bancroft takes the catch. This next delivery, he's bowled him, has it? No. It's gone through everything. It might have got a little inside edge. It must have done, yes, because it's been given us 4 runs. I was convinced that had to have hit the stumps, but he got an inside edge.
And Buren bowls, and carving this one away through the covers is Lamb. How's he managed to get that much bat on it? I thought he didn't have enough room to play the shot for more than a single. 2 more to Donald. He's to 7, 309 for 4. Van Buren bowls. He's going for the paddle sweep again. Is Donald? This time it'll be 4. He's got it much finer, and he's got more bat on it. Around the wicket, Taylor driving is Donald, and he'll beat the dive of extra cover as well and pick up another boundary. Taylor over the wicket, bowls to Lamb, who crashes this new ball through the covers, and that might be...
This next delivery is pushed into the offside. They're going to go through for a quick single, and there's a half century for an Iron Donald at a run a ball. 50 runs, 50 balls, 7 fours for an Iron Donald.
Webster bowls down the pitch, comes Donald. He's scooped this one high up in the air. Now this one really has to be taken, and is at mid-on. Van Buren running round. It gives Webster his 3rd wicket. Donald going way across his stumps. Running in and bowling to Dahl, who's forward and defending. And Dahl has put the finishing touches along with Matt Lamb, who ends the day 186 not out from 228 deliveries.